So let's say I want to change the color of my tomato. I select the tomato layer, click on the new adjustment layer, go up to Hue Saturation, and then I can just let me collapse this first. Alright, let me collapse this. I'm gonna collapse this so I can see better. Okay, I'm gonna click on that and collapse that. Alright, so now I can move this slider and you can see that I'm affecting the tomato, making the tomato a strange color, if you will, right? I'm making the tomato blue, light blue like that. Okay, alright, so go back to my layers palette and close that. I'm there. See? So anything that I want to change the color of, I have to make sure this adjustment layer is below it. So if you don't believe me, if I move this adjustment layer above the cutting board, you'll see that the cutting board is also affected. And if I move the adjustment layer above the lettuce, even the lettuce is affected. See? That's how adjustments layers work. So I just want to affect the tomato, so I'm just going to bring it just over the tomato. It's going to leave the others untouched. Okay, so at this point here, one of the requirements you have to do is you're going to add your name to this. Okay, you're going to add your name. Before you add your name, I have to tell you, you must click on the topmost layer, the lettuce. Okay, click on the topmost layer, and then come down here, click on the type tool, and click here to give yourself an insertion point, and you can type your name. Okay, if you want to change the color, this is where you highlight it and then pick the color that you want. Pick any color that you want. Okay, I'll pick maybe like a magenta and then hit OK. Now you'll see this is a magenta. See? Alright, that's how you change the name. If you don't like the font, you can go back here and change the font. Okay, click on here and change the font. Select that again right there and change the font to some other font, some other typeface. Okay, so you got all those choices. You can change it right there. Alright, so one of the things is add your name. Next thing you're gonna do is you are going to rotate one of the objects. Okay, you're gonna rotate one of the objects, and then you're gonna scale another object, make it bigger or smaller. Okay, so let's do that other thing now. Let's go back to our picture here, and let's say now before you do anything else, remember you're going to deselect first. Alright, now I'm gonna work with the bell pepper. Maybe I'm gonna make it bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here, go to my quick selection tool, and just select this bell pepper. Oh, I'm still stuck on that tool, that's why it gave me that. Okay, so I've deselected it. Alright, I'm gonna use the quick selection tool right here, this one, and click on the bell pepper. Alright, see, it selected the bell pepper fine. It's only when you come to this part you're gonna have trouble. So I'm holding now my shift button and I'm gonna try to select this. Oh no, it won't let me do it. You see, it won't let me do it. It won't let me select just the stem. So it looks like when it comes to the stem, I may have to okay, if you select and if it over selects more than you want, then what you have to do is to do Control Z. Okay, alright, so let's do the stem freehand. Okay everyone, we're gonna choose freehand. So how do you add to the selection? You hold down the shift, and then you're just gonna draw. Okay, you're gonna draw in the area here and draw. So you'll see that when you're working in area like this, you're gonna have to zoom in. There's no way around it. So you're gonna go Control plus, okay, then hold on the space bar, and there. Alright, so now I'm gonna hold on the shift and I'm gonna draw this. I'm gonna add this. By this, doing it freehand is tough. Doing it freehand is tough, okay? So you're gonna have to kind of draw with your mouse, and you see how doing it freehand is tough? Then encircle it where you started. There. Alright. So it's okay, except here I've over selected it, okay? I've added more than I need, so I need to subtract. So to subtract, you're gonna hold down the Alt or the Option key and just go and draw this in. Okay, draw this in. I'm gonna remove this and encircle it outside. Right there, like that. See? And a little piece here. This is where a mouse actually will help you. If you have a mouse, use a mouse, okay? I'm gonna add this part, and I'm gonna add this and encircle it inside because I want to get a little bit more out of that. Okay, now the bell pepper is selected. I'll go to Edit, Copy, go to the new layer, and then do Edit and Paste, or the shortcut. Okay, here we have my bell pepper, right? So let me move my bell pepper out of the way. Remember, one of the things I had to do is rotate it, right? And make it big, okay? So how do you do that? You're gonna go to Edit, Free Transform, okay? You have the controls there. So you're gonna rotate this, okay? I'm gonna rotate this by moving my mouse to the corner and just click and drag. After that, I'm gonna hold down the shift, and I'm gonna drag this. If you don't hold down the shift when you drag, the bell pepper is gonna be misshaped. It's gonna misshapen, okay? So if you hold down the shift, it will constrain the aspect ratio, okay? So hold down the shift so that it keeps the same aspect ratio. It doesn't get all out of shape. And then when you're ready with that, just hit return. If you make your object too big, you're gonna see that it starts to pixelate. Okay, you're gonna see that it's gonna start to pixelate. All right, and here we have it. All right, so your assignment is to go in here and move all the vegetables into your new document. Once it's in there, you're gonna put your name. You're gonna change a color, and then you're gonna scale one of them to make it bigger or smaller. Okay, add your name, change the color, and then make something bigger or smaller. There are 3 things you need to do. That's it. Good luck.